winner, Mare Jessica, the combination has won the bronze medal. The rider gets the bronze. The horse only gets a ribbon. So now coming up, it'll be Conrad Homfeld against his partner and teammate, Joe Fargis, for the gold and silver. Only one time in the history of the equestrian sports for the United States has the USA won an individual gold, and that was in '68. My colleague Bill Steinkraus did it. So he's going to be joined today. But by whom?
By whom indeed. And they've also won the individual silver, and that was way back in 1932 in Los Angeles when Harry D. Chamberlain and Showgirl made that wonderful individual result.
And we should point out sort of a recap of the equestrian events, as this is the final competition, the three-day event gold, as we look at the Duke of Edinburgh in the center, Prince Philip, and on the left, Fritz Edmund, the international operation, Prince Philip being the president. All right, Abdullah. Abdullah looks good walking in that direction. Bill Steinkraus, this is a fine competitor.
He just can't go any better than he went in the last round. This time, all he can do is to go a little bit faster. He can't go more beautifully. I would say both Conrad Homfeld and Joe Fargis are excellent riders against the clock. I don't know, they've discussed tactics so much together that it's very, very hard to say who has the edge, if any.
Now, they both have a gold because of the United States winning the show jumping team gold. Well, in the three-day event, a team gold for the USA and an individual silver for Karen Stives. Dressage, no medals. And as I mentioned, a team gold in show jumping, Fargis, Homfeld, Smith, and Leslie Burr. 6 fences, 7 jumping efforts because of 10A and B, and against the clock for the gold and silver medals. The finale here at Santa Anita, which has been a superb venue for the equestrian events, where Seabiscuit became famous as a dauntless thoroughbred. Affirmed, the Triple Crown winner from here. And now Conrad Homfeld and Abdullah, that 14-year-old gray stallion, and they've only been together since January.
That's right. What a good combination they've forged in those intervening months, however. From trial to trial in the Olympic trials, they went better and better and better. At the very first, I think Abdullah didn't really trust Conrad, but now his trust is obviously complete. I think they raised a couple of these fences because they're jumping off clear rounds. So it's going to be awfully hard to get a clear round, especially with speed being such an important factor.
5 fences to go. Conrad Homfeld. There's Joe Fargis watching. Oh, and a fence is down. That's 6.
You see how critical the position in which you go can be in the Olympic Games. That does give Joe an advantage. He knows exactly what he has to do.
Third course he's had to ride today. You'd think he'd get lost, but they keep the red to their right. The red flags at the fence. But even with that, you wonder. Joe
Turning
Fargis
back now to the big combination at the end. Where does he dare turn to make good time?
42, 43 seconds now. Head-to-head, Homfeld and Fargis. 2 knockdowns, 8, and the time, 51.03. 51.03 seconds with 8 faults. Now, it's very simple, isn't it, Bill?
That's right. Now he's in my spot. He's in the spot that I was in Mexico. Not in a jump-off. I was able to do that just in the second round. But he knows that he has a fault to play with. And he is such a steady rider under pressure that I don't think there's any way he's going to blow it.
In other words, he can knock down 1 fence, Joe Fargis, and win the gold.
That's right. If he has the first fence down, he might want to be a little bit quick and see if he can get the time. The time is not desperately fast either. Although without ever galloping, he went in 51.03. If I were Joe, I would certainly try to jump 6. I would come a little bit wide to 6 and take my risk later on in the course.
Bill, I didn't have to be reminded of the popularity of horses in the United States, where the population is 12 million, 8 million registered with breed associations. And beginning with President Ronald Reagan, he knows what the outside of a horse making the inside of a man feel good. And with the number of fans here, your sport, is getting increasingly popular, and we can all see why.
I think it's a fabulous sport. There are people who say this is an elitist sport and so forth. With all the backyard horses there are in the United States, that's nonsense. This is a sport for everybody who loves sport.
ABC does the world feed, and in the world there are 150 million horses. 150 million horses in the world. So, here comes that mare that we love, Touch of Class, and Joe Fargis. Head-to-head against his partner, his teammate, and this afternoon in this jump-off, certainly a rival.
Certainly a rival. Certainly a rival. I must say that Joe has been one of the most generous competitors you could ever ride against. He's always had a low profile. He's really been almost a self-effacing person. He's a very modest person, but he's a very beautiful rider.
Selectors this year, United States Equestrian Team, what a job they had. More depth than you can imagine, but they had to pick 4 in this discipline, and that was tough. They did it by trials. This is one of the 4.
That's absolutely right. We had to leave 4 world-class riders in the East without even letting them come to California, and we had to leave a world-class rider in the stands in the Nations Cup in the form of Van Krzinski. But we also have some world-class riders in competition, and here is a round that I'm going to watch with so much interest I don't think I can talk. Chris, you tell me what happened.
I'll take it over. Cleared 1. This 11-year-old thoroughbred mare at Santa Anita. That's the one that Holmfeld knocked down. Right now he'll make the big turn to come to the fence. It was Mark II in the second round course, and then clear.
He's still got to jump this big oxer. This big oxer is tough, and the last fence, 10B, is tough.
A rub? It doesn't count. He's still clear. 33 seconds. Now the sailboat. She got away.
She's just skimming over the fences behind, but she's leaving them all up, and she's doing it in a beautiful style. Where is he going to turn back to this big combination?
He's going to take a big bend.
He's going for the clear round. He's going to let the time take care of itself, and that's the smart move to make.
There it is, gold medal. Tells the story. Gold for Fargis, silver for Holmfeld, bronze for Robbiani.
And you know what that means, Chris? That means that in 5 rounds in the game, over enormous fences, he's never had a single fence down.
Let's listen. There is no venue where the applause is as explosive as here. It's like being at Carnegie Hall following a performance by a wonderful artist. And he has been this week, Joe Fargis. 2 gold medals, team and individual.
Yes, I correct myself. He had the 1 fence down, but what a wonderful performance this mare has put up this week. Just unbelievable. All 16 hands of her. She probably doesn't weigh 1,000 pounds.
His partner and teammate, Conrad Holmfeld, waiting for him. Look at that smile of satisfaction. Thus, the equestrian events have ended. Only
what
the
a way to end the
And the United States equestrian team, the coaches, the grooms, they must be congratulated because they practically swept it all except dressage.
You see everything
And I
together,
guess
it would be wrong if you wouldn't have won it. It would have, really.
Now there's Holmfeld.
Super.
Raimondo Denzeo, winner at Rome in 1960, congratulates him.
We'll be back to talk to Joe Fargis, gold medal winner, Holmfeld the silver. But first, let's take this pause and catch our breath. Hey.
Was that you, Grandpa?
Years ago, honey.
With 2 very happy young men,
Conrad Homefeld and Joe Fargis, who's just come out of the ring, having won the individual gold medal, and it's a thrilling day in the United States. And Joe, that was one of the best rounds I've ever seen, and the mare really came through for you. I know that we talked earlier about her being able to keep going on that wonderful streak that she's had with all those cleave rounds, and she certainly came through for you in the end. It was thrilling to watch. How did it feel?
It was the most satisfying thing I've ever done in my life. The horse went perfectly. I didn't mess up. It was great.
Well, the neat thing about it was how stylish both of you rode. It was not only a thrill, but it was a beautiful spectacle. How did your round feel, Conrad?
Well, the first round I screwed myself up a little bit this morning. I was a little anxious. I was second gate, and I caught one just stomping on the throttle a little too much. But other than that, I was plenty happy. I mean, I'm happy that I just got to the end of it.
Well, it was a thrill for us to watch, and I congratulate you both for doing such an outstanding job. And now back to you, Chris.
All right, and the only 3 individual gold medal winners are right. 2 of them are in the picture there. Tad Coffin, from whom you just heard, the 3-day event individual gold at Montreal. Joe Fargis today, and my colleague and friend, Bill Stein-Kraus. You started it all in '68 by winning that first individual gold, and look what's happened since.
I'd just like to go on and keep sharing that honor, Chris.
So for the United States equestrian team, 3 golds and 2 silvers. So productive, but this afternoon and this morning, and in a jump off, Joe Fargis with touch of class, a wonderful mare winning the gold. Abdullah the Stallion, Conrad Homefeld, the silver, and Heidi Robiani, also on a mare named Jessica from Switzerland, the bronze medal.